Hey everybody, it's Kristen with the Williams team in Austin, Texas, here with my weekly update on what's going on. So this week the Fed met and the interest rates for mortgages did go up, or just the average interest rate to borrow money went up. So that really impacts the mortgage and interest rate. So they went up to about 6.5%. I met with my lender that I work with a lot, Monica Jenkins, and in her opinion, she feels like they're going to keep rising and climbing, but then they'll probably start to come down slightly in spring is what her prediction is. And she said that she kind of anticipates that spring there are a lot of people that maybe got mortgages at a higher interest rate and maybe they'll be able to refinance. So there potentially will be a refinance boom. And that usually is a very predictable and pretty common that there's higher interest rates and then people refi when the rates get a lot lower. So that's one thing that I was talking with her about, in kind of counseling and coaching different buyers and clients about interest rates, it does impact our market on the affordability. So one thing that we've been pulling out of the trick of hat or hat of tricks that we've done many years ago was ask the buyer to have their closing costs paid for and using that money in order to buy down the interest rate. And so that's been something we've done. So, we just successfully negotiated a buyer contract for $15,000 in closing costs, and that buyer is going to be able to use the money to buy down the interest rate. So that's one of the kind of strategic tools that we can use in order to buy down rates. And then a lot of times the lenders will offer float down options. So if rates go up and you're locked in and they float down, rates go down below a certain number, like drop more than a quarter point, then the lender will automatically be able to relock you at a new interest rate. So those are just some of the things that we're doing right now. I do feel like our prices aren't quite stabilized yet. We noticed a lot of price reductions again this week. I do feel like that once price reductions start to slow down, and that means that buyers are buying homes at the prices that they've gone down to. But there's just a lot of buyers on the sidelines. But the good news, honestly, the market really isn't. The housing market is slow right now. Because there's a lot of people on the sidelines. There's a lot of fear in the marketplace. But if you look at the stats and the economic factors that impact our local housing market or our local economy, not just the housing market, our local economy, we still a lot of jobs. We have a lot of job creation in Austin, a lot of really great job industries like tech and hospitality have come back. And then we have higher incomes. And so we really in Austin and in the Austin metro have a lot of really great stats and that show that we're really growing here as a city. So it's not necessarily playing out in the housing market because that really is slow right now. But just in general, looking at the Austin area, we are poised to be very strong and stay strong. So that's just kind of what I'm feeling here in the marketplace. I am noticing a pickup. People are seeing houses. I'm seeing showing activity increase. So that's a really good sign. Yet there's still just, normal fear in the marketplace, which, if you look at the stats, not necessarily warranted for Austin, but, certainly understandable across the board and from a national temperature right now. So just always, my advice is don't always just take the headline and look at the headline for what it's worth, dig in, make sure you're looking at stats. If we have housing goes down 1%, it's like housing is down, and you got to take that in context. So like we are seeing our prices go down from interest or from a pricing pressure on the market for prices to come down, but they actually went up so much that it's not really a depreciation. It's just a depreciation from that really high inflation that we saw on the inflated pricing that we were selling homes for the last really 6 months to 18 months. So anyhow, hope that explains that. I'm absolutely happy to have this conversation with you. And if you have any questions about the market or want to strategize on what you're thinking about real estate, please reach out, let me know, and our team can help you. Have a really great Friday and weekend ahead.